Math 100 Mathematics in the Modern World. So here's my name, and then here is my degree. Okay, so the code of this one is Math 100, and then here's the description where you can also find on the homepage. So I will not read this one anymore. And then here are the things that we are going to discuss in, or the CLO in midterm. Okay, we have nature of mathematics, speaking mathematically, and then problem solving. Okay, and then here are the topic learning outcomes of the midterm. So discuss and relate mathematics in nature. We'll explain the concept of sets, relations, functions, binary operations, apply problem solving strategies. Okay, and then here is the CLO for the finals. So we have data management, geometric designs, mathematical system, and then logic. So again, for the sub meaning, so I'll leave the reading part to you guys, but most likely these are the main topics, okay, that we are going to discuss in the finals. And then here are the TLOs for the finals. So we have gather, interpret, and present unorganized data, transform geometric shapes using figures, and read the concept of permutation, perform modular arithmetic, and then construct a truth table of statements. So yeah, this is already the overview, okay, which you can also find on the syllabus, of course. Okay, and then if you want to buy a book of this subject, so you can find this book, Mathematics in the Modern World. So the author is Hoffman Art. So he published this book at 2018. So you can buy this one if you're here in Baguio City, you can buy this one on Rex Bookstore. Okay. So course requirements. So I've already discussed this one a while ago. So of course, especially this one, your major examinations, and then the class standings. And here's how we compute your grade. So just another way of solving your midterm score and then final grade. So I've already discussed this one a while ago, so I will not go over with this one again. So method is of course via lectures, so participative or interactive or board work, but of course we don't have board work right now since we are in ODL or online distance learning. Then of course they can also do self-study or blended learning, and of course via demonstration or video presentation. Okay, so never mind this one is classroom management, since we are in an ODL, so I cannot really check if you're present or no. Okay, like for example, your name is online right here, but I'm not really sure if you are in front of your computer or in front of your cell phone. Okay, because some are, they're just going to attend the meeting and then they will leave the meeting already. So they are not really listening, or they are not really watching the meeting. Okay. And never mind this one. Okay, this assignments and other coursework were in the due at the beginning of the class period of the specified date. So this is only for the face-to-face method. Okay, like late assignments are worth for you to present credit after due date. So never mind this one also. So for your assignments, quizzes, what else, discussions, thesis studies. So most likely, I'm giving you guys 1 week to finish them. So if you wasn't able to finish your, let's say, quiz, thesis study, just give me a valid reason. Okay, as long as you have the proof, then I can let you retake it, and yeah, there is no deduction. Okay, as long as your reason is valid. But if it's not valid, like sir, I wasn't able to take the quiz because I have a headache during that time. Okay, so I think that is not a valid reason. That is just some general or generic reasonings when we were still, or when you were still in high school or elementary, but you are now in college. Okay, so those are not valid reasons anymore. Okay, and then the medium of instruction will be, of course, via lectures, discussion, and documentation will be in English. And then written and spoken word may receive a lower mark if it is, in the opinion of the instructor, deficient in English. So in your case studies, when answering them, so do not answer it in Tagalog or Ilocano. Okay, so you have to answer it in English. Okay, and if I cannot understand how you explain things, and of course you will receive a lower mark. Okay, and then consultation schedule. So supposedly this one is when it comes to visiting in office. Okay, like when you can consult me. Okay, what is my free time? Okay, etc. etc. But yeah, since we are in ODL, you can message me anytime. Okay, and then as soon as I've read your concern or your the thing that you want to say, then I will reply as soon as possible. Okay, so yeah, never mind this one also. And then for the others, so this is my number. So just in case that you have or you cannot attend or there is an emergency, so you can message me. So just include your name and then your subject and then your section. Okay. Or if you need to email me, so you can email me on this Outlook. Okay. So dsabadra at uc-bcf.edu.ph. Okay. So that's it for the overview. So are we clear so far?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Sir, can we message you at your messenger account?
Yeah, it's also okay. So, wag lang yung masyadong gabi. Okay. Well, honestly, I'm still awake even though it's already 12 o'clock or 1 a.m. Pero kasi mostly hindi na ako sumasagot ng mga ganong oras. So, let's just say 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. So, pwede nyo akong i-chat. Okay. So, parang ang sakit kasi sa ulo minsan, lalo na kapag may problema, ganun. Tapos, i-chat nyo ako ng 12. Bis na dapat matutulog or magre-relax na. Parang nai-stress ako lalo. Okay. So, yeah. Kapag mag-message kayo sa Messenger, 1 to 9 or mas maaga, mas maganda. Okay. Or umaga na lang, ganun na lang. Okay, para may time akong i-handle kung ano man yun. Alright? So, ganun na lang.
Thank you, sir.
So, you're welcome. Alright, so if you guys don't have a question anymore, then let's now proceed with the real discussion. So, in here, we're going to discuss the nature of mathematics, like patterns, numbers, numbers in nature, and the world itself. Okay, so first let's talk about nature of mathematics. So as rational creatures, we tend to identify and follow patterns, whether consciously or subconsciously. Okay, so believe it or not, our life is made of patterns. How we do things has a pattern. How we think has a pattern. Like everything has a pattern. Okay, kasi kapag wala tayong sinusundang pattern or the normal way, we call that the normal way since that is the one that we are always seeing, the one that we are always hearing, okay, the one that we are always doing, okay, walang ayos. Like for example, when we walk, we always go to the right side, right? Same with the other people. If magkakasalubong, so they also go on the right side. But if you're the kind of person who always go on the left side, so most likely, you and that person that is going, okay, that is or coming to you, okay, will bump you and he will bump each other. Okay, so marang lagi yung naisip collision, pero sa kotse kasi yun. Bump, yeah, that's the correct term. So we're going to bump with each other. Okay, so yun yung mga bagay-bagay na sinusundan na natin kahit hindi naman natin iniisip talaga. Okay, subconsciously. And then recognizing patterns feels natural, like our brain is hardwired to recognize them. Okay, like early humans recognize the repeating interval of day and night. Okay, and then the cycle of the moon, and then the rising and falling of tides, and then the changing of the season. Okay, so imagine if in 24 hours, or let's say in 48 hours, there is only day. Okay, so masashock pa na lang siguro, bakit wala nang gabi? Okay, so kung ganun siguro kung wala sa ayos, like it's random, 2 umaga, 1 gabi, 3 umaga, 1 gabi, so we will die. Okay, because we cannot anticipate what's really happening around us, or what's really happening in the world. Okay, so these are the common patterns that early humans have already recognized. Okay, so especially this one, rising and falling of tides. Wala naman sigurong alon na tumaas na tapos tataas pa ulit. Okay, so most likely pag tumaas na yan, pag na-reach na yung pinakamataas, kung ano man yung kaya niya, babagsak na yan. Okay, so magugulat ka na lang siguro pag tumaas na tapos tataas pa siya ulit. Okay, so yeah, rising and falling of tides. Okay, so as a conclusion, awareness with these patterns allowed humans to survive. Okay, so I just have a quick question. So do you guys also notice patterns around you? So what other examples can you think of aside from what we have in here? So anyone who would like to share the patterns that he or she have noticed around him or her?
Window frames.
Window frame. Thank you. What else?
Neighborhood house colors.
Hmm?
Neighborhood house colors.
Neighborhood house
Colors.
colors.
Colors, sir.
Color.
Kulay.
Color.
Like red.
Okay. Yeah. What else?
The tiles in the floor, sir.
Yeah, the tiles on the floor. What else? Actually, like, we could say pretty much everything, right? It has a pattern. So if you're going to look on that one into more detail, like it has a texture wherein it has a pattern. It has a color wherein it has a pattern. And like when you say numbers, so meron din ganun. Kapag yung counts neto is, let's say, 1 on 2. So most likely ganun lang. Okay, like it has two maybe color, okay, or it has two patterns, okay, or it has three patterns or three colors. All right, so in general sense of the word, patterns are regular, repeated, or recurring forms or designs. So we see patterns every day from the layout of the floor tiles. So one who answered about the tiles or floor tiles, the designs of skyscrapers, to the way we tie our shoelaces, it has a pattern, and many more. Okay, like pretty much everything, it has a pattern. Okay, so let's have a example when it comes to patterns. So these are super basic. So let's take a look at this pattern. We have a smiley, heart, smiley, heart, smiley. So what do you think will be the next figure in the sequence? So coming from Miss Gavina, it's heart. So I'm pretty sure no one answered smiley, right? So I'm pretty sure that most of you will answer heart, right? So the correct answer is, of course, heart. So it's very, very obvious. Okay, what about this one? Another example. So is it A or B?
A, sir. A.
A, sir.
Why A?
5 lines na siya pababa.
But the letter B has 6 lines in total. So not only the shapes, and then not only the representation, like this one is on the top, left, and then bottom, and then right, so it should be on the top. Okay, it's also the count of sticks that we have in here. So from 1 became 2, 3, 4, and then should be 5, not 6. So the correct answer is letter A. Okay, very good. What about this one?
Sir, B.
B po.
Okay. Who else has a different answer? So the answer of that someone is letter B. Is there anyone who has an answer of letter A? Okay, so I guess none, right? So as you guys can see right here, there is no common patterns when it comes to shapes, because this one is rectangle, the other one is triangle, and then it's followed by a circle. Okay, but the one thing that we've noticed is the pattern is actually the color on the middle. So from black, it became green, then black again, then it became green again. Okay, so it's not black, green, black, black, but it's black, green, black, green, black, green. Okay, so it's alternating. Okay, so the correct answer is letter B. Right? What about this one? What numbers comes next in 1, 3, 5, 7, 9? Oops. Dapat pala, I should have removed this one. Anyway. So
11, sir.
what is the next one?
11, sir.
Yeah, so it's very, very obvious. The pattern is actually, it's incrementing by, so plus 2, plus 2, plus 2, plus 2. And then of course, the next one will be 11, 13, 15, and so on and so forth. Okay, so it would be 11. All right, so last short activity. What numbers comes next in 1, 4, 9, 16, 25?
Thirty-six.
36.
36. So how did we get that one? So you can actually get the call this one the difference. Yeah, the difference between those two numbers. So this one, let's see, 4 minus 1 is 3. 9 minus 4 is 5. 16 minus 9 is 8. So you can already see that the pattern is like 3, 5, 7. Di pala 8 dito, 7. Okay, 3, 5, 7, and then 9. Okay, so it's incrementing by 2, and then you have to add that last number. So 9, tama ba? 9 plus 16, yeah, 9 plus 6. And then 11, the next one is 11. 11 plus 25 will become 36. Okay, so the correct answer in this one is 36. So later on, we'll have this one, but since we don't have enough time anymore, so we'll stop for now on this short activity. Then we'll just continue the rest on part 2. So goodbye for now, and then see you guys later.
Bye, sir.
Goodbye.
Yes, sir.
Goodbye. All right, so waiting time is over. So you guys are already around. So let me just check if you guys are already in front of your computers. So just give me a thumbs up just to let me know that you are now ready. Okay, great. And it seems that most of you are already here. Okay, so let's now start with this secret. Okay, so apples and worms picture patterns. So don't cheat, okay? Because the next page is where you can find the answer of this one. Anyway, so anyone who would like to answer number 1? What is the next picture? Okay, so you can find what is the next picture, okay, around right here on the bottom. So let's just name this one as letter A, B, C, B, E, and then F. So is it letter A, B, C, B, E, or F?
A, sir.
E? What about the others?
C, sir. C.
B?
C.
C. Okay. What about the others? So we have what is the first answer? B. And then we have C. Okay, I'll give you guys 2 minutes to analyze this one more. Okay, and then we'll have a one-time big time answer regarding with everything. So from 1 to 6. So to make it also easy, just put your answer, okay, answer on the chat box, okay, but you have to answer everything. So number 1 is, let's say, C. Number 2, what is your answer? Is it B, B? Okay, so just put everything, and then we will compare later on, and then see if you were able to get everything. So most of you have an answer of C in 1. What about number 2? So it's like 2B. Okay. What about number 3? So let's list that one. So 1C is B. It's like 3 is A. Okay. What about number 4?
Sir. Sir, may tanong ako, sir. Sir, may
Yes,
tanong
madam.
po ako.
What is your question?
Parehas lang ba yung letter A tsaka ano? Letter
yeah.
E.
Letter A and E is the same. Okay. So that only means that we have 1A in here, okay, and then 1E also in here. Okay, so it could be 2A's or 2E, so they are just the same. 4 is also like A. Okay, let's see. What about number 5? Okay, 5 is B. Number 6. Okay, so A or E. Anyway, so let's just put here A or E. So there is only one A, B, C, D. They are just the same. Okay, so A or E is the same. Okay, so it seems that most of you were able to get the correct answer. So the number 1 is letter C. Number 2 is letter B. Number 3 is letter A. Okay, so this is incorrect. So I hope there are others who were able to get number 3. Number 3 is F. Okay. And then number 4 is, what is this one? Yeah, it could be A or E. And then number 5 is letter D. It's correct. And then number 6 is again A or E. So I hope you guys were able at least able to get half of the score. Let's see, 4 out of 6. Okay, or 5 out of 6. Anyway, so that is just a short activity wherein we are trying to consider the shape, the pattern, wherein we have the pattern of size. Okay, and then I guess color is not that much since most of them are red, but yeah, the size and then the shape of this one. Okay, so we're following 2 patterns in total. Okay, so we could also say number. Okay, we have 2 of this apple and then 2 of this one and then another 2 of this one. Okay. But most likely we're following the pattern in shape and then size. Okay, so yeah, that's it for the secret. So let's now move on to symmetry. So I'm pretty sure that most of you already know what is the meaning of symmetry. So symmetry is once you divided a thing into two into the middle, so you have an equal or a mirror image of the left side and then the right side. So it's like saying that the left side is the same with the right side. Okay, so recall that symmetry indicates that you can draw an imaginary line across an object and the resulting parts are mirror images of each other. Okay, so the figure above is symmetric above the axis indicated by the dotted line. Okay, so note that the left and right portions are exactly the same. So if they are not the same, that only means that you wasn't able to cut this one in the middle. And that only means that it's not symmetrical anymore. So this type of symmetry, known as line or bilateral symmetry. Okay, so it is evident in most animals. So if you cut animals into two, so it's symmetrical. Okay, or not exactly the same, but it's identical. Like it has an ear on the left side. It also has an ear on the right side. It has a leg on the left side. It also has a leg on the right side. Okay, so looking in a mirror and see how the left and right sides of your face closely match. So it's not 100% symmetrical or the same, but it's at least 90% the same. Okay, so you might have I'll call this one a mole, a mole in here or a pimple in here. Okay, but on the left side or on the other side, you don't have a mole or a pimple on the other side. Okay, so that's it for the short definition of symmetry. So the next one is world population. So in this topic, I will be teaching you guys on how to, let's say, compute the population at the year maybe 2030, 2040, 2050, okay, and so on and so forth. So let's just see that as of 2017, it is estimated that the world population is about 7.6 billion. So this one is way back 2017. I think nowadays we are now I don't know, maybe 8 billion, okay, this 2021, or even 8.5 or 9 billion. So world leaders, sociologists, and then anthropologists are interested in studying population, including its growth. So we are like, computing when are we going to reach the 10 billion population in the entire world. Okay. So mathematics can be used to model population growth. So formula for the exponential growth is this one. So we could say it's a per, or a is equal to p times e raised to r times t. Okay, but most likely I read this one as a per. So with that, it's easier to memorize, or it's easier to get familiar with this formula. Wherein a is the size of population after it grows. Okay, and then P is the initial number of people. And then E is the Euler's constant with an approximate value of 2.718. Okay, so this is a constant value. And then R is the rate of growth. So how many percent? So it's growing by 1%, 2%, 3%. And then the time, or T is the time. Okay, so how long will it take? 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, or even 10 years, or even 100 years. Okay, so plugging in values to this formula would result in the population size after time t with a growth rate of r. Okay, so let's have an example. We have this exponential growth model is a is equal to 30 times e raised to 0.02 times t. Describes the population of a city in the Philippines in thousands. So t in years, and then after 1995, and then here are the question. So just do take note that this population is in thousands. Okay, meaning this 30 right here, this initial population, this letter P, which is 30, is actually in thousands. So this one is 30,000. Okay, so you have to take note on this one. And then what we are trying to solve in here is what was the population of the city in 1995. Okay, and then what will be the population in 2017. Okay, so in here, this one started at year 1995, and then in here it's asking us what was the population of the city in 1995. So I think it's very obvious. So anyone who would like to answer letter A? What is the correct answer in letter A?
Still 30,000, sir.
Still 30,000. Yeah, very good. Since this, we assume that the current year is 1995, and then it's asking what is the population at year 1995. Wherein, if you're going to substitute this one, so 30,000 times 2.718 raised to 0.02 times t. This t will become 0. Okay, and then 0 times 0.02 is 0, and then e raised to 0 is 1. So 30 times 1 is 30 or 30,000. Okay, what about letter B? So here's the solution for letter A. So the answer is 30, where it's still 30,000. Okay, but how about letter B? What will be the population in 2017? Okay, so you must have your scratch paper in front of you, and then solve it one by one just by substituting the value of E, substituting the value of P. So the only thing that will change in here is the value of T, since everything is already given. So the current year is 1995, and then we are trying to solve what will be the population in 2017, like after how many years? After 22 years.
Sir.
Mhm.
Ira-round off ba sa ano? Yung sagot.
So you can just get the 2 decimals and then round it up if it's possible. Yeah, just round it up. My bad. Since we're talking about population, like you cannot answer, let's say, 100,000.30 because there is no point 30 a person. Wala naman sigurong 1/3 na tao, no? Lahat tayo is counted as one, no matter how small or big you are. Okay, even though it's just a baby, it's still counted as one. Okay, so if it's 20 point something or 100 point something, especially if it's below the round off number, let's say 20.4, then you can just neglect that one. But if it's 20.8, 20.5, 20.6, then just make that 121 or 101. So what is the answer? So you guys have the same answer, 31,349. So we have another different answer. We have 46,581. Who else has an answer regarding with this one? So some says it's 46,579. Okay, so we'll see. So here's the solution for letter B. So the correct answer is 46,581. Okay, so in here again we are talking about in thousands. So just multiply this one in thousands first, and then you will get exactly 46,581.3. So 0.3 is not enough to round off. So we've just neglected that point something. Okay, so it's 46,581. So the correct, the one who answered correctly is Christian J. Fajardo. Okay, and then the others, yeah, they're quite close, especially this 579 or this 582. But how come that maybe you solved everything first, and then this 3 is not really 3. That's why you rounded it into 2. Okay. Well, anyway, so it's close enough. So it's already considered as a correct answer. Could be 579, 581, or 582. Okay. small variation. Well, anyway, so of course, after the seed break, you guys are going to have a real seed break, okay, that will be recorded. So the exponential growth model A is equal to 50 times E raised to 0.07 times T describes the population of a city in the Philippines in thousands the years after 1997. So here are the questions. What is the population after 20 years? And then what is the population in 2037? So you can find that one right here, this seed break chapter 1.1. This one right here. So just answer this one later on. So the due date of this one will be on September 9th. So this is a 20 points seed break. So 10 points for letter A and then 10 points for letter B. Okay. So are we clear so far regarding with your first seed break? Hello, hello, hello. Clear? Or do you guys have a question?
Sir, can you repeat po? I had a connection problem.
So what part? This one? The seed break?
Sir, when is the seat work due po?
The due date will be on September 9th. Okay, so you can see it right here. September 9, September 9, September 9. So you have a total of 4 activities actually, okay, which will be due on September 9. So you guys have exactly 1 week to finish all of them. Okay, but don't you guys worry, all of them are super easy, super simple. It will only take you maybe less than 30 minutes and then you're already done. Okay. So any other concerns?
Ipapakita ko ba yung solution, sir? Or just the
Don't
answer?
That's the answer. Okay. Any other concerns? Okay, so I guess none anymore. So let's now move on to the next one, which is now your quiz. Okay, so this will be your quiz on chapter 1.1, 1.3.2. So we have 1 to 10 in here. So determine what comes next in the given pattern. So we have 1 to 5 in here. And then for the world population, okay, like solving what could be the population at that certain span of time. So substitute the given values in the formula. A is equal to P times E raised to R times T. And then find the missing quantity. Okay, so everything is already given. Whatever is missing, that is the one that you need to find. Okay, so you can also find it right here on the 1.3.2 quiz chapter 1.1. So this one is a total of 50 points. So 10 divided by, or 50 divided by 10. So this one is like 5 points each. Okay. Same. You don't need to show the solution anymore, just the answer. Okay. So any questions so far? Okay. So I would assume that you guys don't have a question. So great. So the next one is the Fibonacci sequence. So I'm pretty sure that most of you have already heard about Fibonacci sequence. Okay, so let's start with the in defining sequence first. So a sequence is an ordered list of numbers called terms that may have repeated values. So the arrangement of these terms is set by a definite rule. Okay, like for example, this one, generating a sequence. So analyze a given sequence for its rule and identify the next 3 terms. So we have 1, 10, 100, 1000. So as you can see, it's like having a pattern, but this one is called sequence. So anyone who would like to answer, what are the next 3 terms on this one? So this is the first term, second, third, and fourth. So what is the 5th, 6th, and 7th term of letter A? Okay, what about the other 2 terms? So the answer from Miss Elizabeth, Mr. Luis. Okay, so 10,000, 100,000, and then 1 million. Yeah, that's the correct answer. Okay, what about number 2? Okay, so you need to answer 3 terms, not only 1 term. Yeah, so the correct answer is 27, 35, and 44. So yeah, those are the sequences. So this is the solution. So the next 3 terms would be 10,000, 100,000, and then 1 million. So here's the sequence, okay, on the first 3. So the first one is 10 raised to 1, which is equal to 10. And then the next one is 10 raised to 2, or 10 raised to 3, and then 10 raised to 4, 10 raised to 5, and then 10 raised to 6. Or you could just simply multiply this 1 by 10. Starting from 1, we have times 10, times 10 it again, times 10, times 10, and then times 10. Just keep on doing that one. That is already the sequence. Okay. So in other words, that is the pattern that you need to follow for you to come up with this kind of sequence. And then for the letter B, so the difference between the first and second term is 3. Okay, and then the difference between the second and third is 4. So as you guys can see, the pattern is like it's incrementing by 1 only. So plus 3, plus 4, plus 5, plus 6. So the next one is plus 7. Next one is plus 8. And then the last one is plus 9, in which we were able to come up with 27, 35, and then 44. Okay, so very, very easy. So after that, of course, we're going to have a quiz again. But this time, I would like you guys to search what is the meaning or how Fibonacci sequence were made. So how does Fibonacci sequence work? Okay, so what is the sequence of Fibonacci? So with that, you'll be able to answer letter A, no, letter C, D, E, and then F up to I. Okay, but for the letter A and B, so you don't need Fibonacci sequence regarding this one. Okay, so when it comes to Fibonacci, from C to I only. Okay, so I'll give you guys 1 minute to analyze, and then just in case that you have the question, so just let me know. So letter A and B is the same with this example right here, but for the C to I, so it's now a different sequence. Okay, so any questions so far? Or clarification? All right, so I guess none. So just in case that you have a question, so you can message me anytime. Okay. So the next one is mathematics for our world. Okay. So mathematics is used in organization, okay, or organizing things, okay, in prediction, okay, and in control. So for the first one is organization. So a lot of events happen around us in the blink of an eye. So several children have already been born. Liters of water have been consumed. Thousands of tweets have been posted. So organization. Okay, so in everything, just in the blink of an eye, a lot of things are already happening. Okay. And the next one is prediction. So of course, if we have that kind of data that is coming from organization, okay, like thousands of babies are being born every second. Okay, so with that, of course, we can predict Okay, something. Okay, so it is sometimes history repeats itself. Like, for example, weather, the climate, so or the typhoons. Like we already know how many typhoons is passing through here in the Philippines. Like we have an average of how many? 16 to 20, 16 to 25. So I'm not sure anymore. But yeah, we have already predicted that is the at least or the minimum count of typhoons that will pass through here in the Philippines. The same with the climate. So of course, after summer, we have this, well, in other countries, we have 4 seasons, but in here we only have 2. So we have rainy days and then sunny days. So of course, after rainy season, we have sunny season. After sunny season, we have rainy season. Okay, so the same with this one. Heavenly phenomena such as Draconid meteor shower and the Great American Eclipse. So we can predict, okay, when will those two phenomena will happen again. Okay, so this is the Draconid meteor shower, and then this is the Great American Eclipse. So if I'm not mistaken, this one will happen again on 2024 October, I guess, for the Draconid, and then for the American eclipse. So I forgot, but I think it's 2024. Okay. Then lastly, of course, control. So if we can predict it, so we must control it. Okay, like for example, global warming. Okay, so like we can already predict by the year at the year 2030. So the global warming is already, so much. Okay, it's already too much. Then we must plant as many trees as we can right now. Okay, so with that, we'll be able to control this kind of disaster. Okay, and many more. And then we have some examples right here. And then Dante had a summer job packing switch. So each pack should be weighed 200 grams. So Dante had to be 15 packs of sweets. He checked the weights in grams, correct to the nearest gram. Okay, following are his measurements of his packaging of sweets. So we have 212, 196, 198, 206, 197, and many more. So as you guys can see, he is not consistent. Dante is not consistent in packaging his sweets since it's human made. So there's a lot of human errors. But anyway, so what is the most frequent data?
206.
96?
206.
106. Yeah. So I hope you guys have the same answer. So the nearest data is 200, or the frequent data is 206. So if this is the average that Dante is, packing, then there's a big chance that the company who owns that business will go to bankruptcy, since instead of them earning a profit, so they're having a lot of loss, of money because of Dante's packaging. Too much grams in each packaging. Okay, so Dante must have or must at least have an average of, let's say, 199. So I think it's the same as 199 or 198 or below. Okay, since the standard is 200. So you don't want your company to go bankrupt. Okay. So another example is a certain study found that a relationship between the students' exam scores, which is the y, and the number. Let me just check how many minutes more do we have. 4 minutes. I think that's enough. So where are we now? So the exam scores y and the number of hours they spend studying x is given by the equation y is equal to 10x plus 45. So using this information, what will be the estimated score of a student who spent 4 hours studying? So what is the answer? You can do this one using your mind only. So you don't need calculator in here. So what is this estimated score? So it will be 85. Okay, 4 times that is 40 plus 45 is 85. So if only if Dante studied 1 more hour, then he will get 95 out of 100 now. And then only if he studied 6 hours, then he can now get 105 out of 100. Okay, well, this one is not the same for every student, since some are genius, like they only need to study 1 hour, but they will still get a perfect score. And then the others, even though they've studied 10 hours, 12 hours, but since they are not that intelligent, okay, they're not that genius, then they are still getting an average score, like maybe 60, 70, 50, something like that. Okay. Anyway, so the only point of this one is we can control, okay, how much score we can get if we only studied more. Well, basically, of course, if we study more, okay, we'll be able to get more score. Okay, if we study less, then we will get less score. That's the theory regarding with this one. So the last example is the distance traveled by an object given its initial velocity and acceleration over a period of time is given by the equation d is equal to, this one is bo. Okay, sorry for that one. Bo plus 1/2 ap squared. Okay, so there is a typo, so this one should be single t only. So find the distance traveled by an airplane before it takes off if it starts from rest and accelerates down a runway at 3.50 meter per second squared. So again, another typo. So you should remove this one, just neglect the other s, so it should be single s only for 34.5 seconds. Well, here's the computation. Okay, so since we've started with at rest, so it's zero velocity, so just substitute the value of VO right here as 0, and then you will get, oops, my bad, so again another typo, there should be T in here, okay, which is the time, so VO times T. So I will get this one, I will fix this one, okay, later on, and then I will re-upload the fixed presentation. Okay. Well, anyway, so this one is already 0, since 0 multiplied this number is 0, and then whatever is the computation of this one will be 2082.9375. So he was able to travel 2082.93 meters, okay, with this kind of speed, and then with a time span of 34.5 seconds. Okay. Well, I guess our time is not enough, so we'll just continue the rest on the part 3. Okay. So sorry for that. I was trying to finish this one, but I think the time is not enough anymore. Okay, so goodbye for now, and then see you guys on part 3. Right, so waiting time again is now over. So let me just share my screen. Okay, so can you guys see my screen now?
Yes, sir.
All right, so again, the point in here is we can use math to estimate how many meters we can travel, okay, during if we have this kind of speed and if we have this kind of time, okay, so we can predict or control. All right, and then here's the summary. So patterns and numbers in natures in the world. So patterns are regular, repeated, or recurring forms or designs, and patterns are commonly observed in natural objects. And for exponential growth model, population growth and bacterial decay can be modeled by the exponential growth or decay for this formula. A is equal to P times E raised to R times T. So we can predict what is the population at this year, or what is the bacterial decay after a certain time. Okay, and then sequence. So a sequence is an ordered list of numbers called terms that may have repeated values. And then Fibonacci sequence. The Fibonacci sequence is formed by adding the preceding 2 numbers. Okay, so just check this one out on the internet. Okay, but this is already the main idea of this Fibonacci sequence, preceding 2 numbers. Just add them. And then mathematics helps organize patterns and regularities in the world. And then mathematics help predict the behavior of nature and phenomena in the world, as well as helps humans exert control over occurrences in the world for the advancement of our civilization. Okay. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the module 1. And just an additional announcement. So to those who haven't submitted their 1-minute video yet, so please submit them before September 30. So yeah, you guys still have 11 days, okay, from now, but the earlier the better. Okay, so I would like you guys to say your name, your education, description of your gadgets, your expectation to me and to this course, and then others that you would like to see more. Okay, so as of now, there were only 8 who submitted their 1-minute video. So I would like, or I would love to learn more about you guys. So who are you? Where are you from? Especially that you are CPE. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the module 1, and then for today's meeting. So do you guys have a question so far? Questions or clarification?
Ako, sir. Sir. Yung dito sa population growth. Sa may population growth, sir.
Yes, yes.
Yung E. Yung E, sir.
Yes, yes. So what's about E?
Dito sa sa letter B kasi dito sa problem. Hindi ko alam paano nakuha yung 1.55271.
What slide is that?
Yan,
This
sir.
one.
Apo.
Because E is equal to 2.718. Okay, so this is E, Euler's constant. This is a constant value. We can also find that one on our calculator. Okay, so if you are going to check the letter E in here, so in my case, it's on the right side. So E raised to 1 is 2.718281828. So it actually has more decimal point, but I've only get up to 4 decimals. So yeah, I've also mentioned that one in your secret. Like if you're going to use E, okay, you must exactly put 2.718, not the letter E on the calculator, because it has more decimals, and then there's a big chance that we're going to have a different results. Okay, so for us to have a common result, okay, so let's stick with this value up to 4 decimals, so up to 3 decimals, like 2.718. Okay. So was I able to answer your question, Mr. Cian de la Cruz?
Then, di ba 2.718, sir, yung value ng E? Then, A times dito sa multiply dito. 0.44.
Raise. You have to raise that one. Okay, 2.718. So the 0.44 is an exponent. Raised to 0.44. And then you will get 1.55263638, but in here I've only get up to 5 decimals.
Okay, sir. Thank you po.
Okay. So what about the others? Do you guys have a concern? Question? Okay. So if you don't have a question anymore, then you guys may no go. So thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. So I hope still have this count of participants to our following meetings. So goodbye and thank you. So see you guys next meeting, and keep safe.
Goodbye, sir. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Yes, sir. Bye,
Thank you,
sir.
sir. Goodbye, sir.
Bye, sir.
Bye, sir.
Goodbye.
Bye, sir. Thank you po.
Thank you.
Bye, sir.
Goodbye.
Hi, sir.
Mhm.
Sir, one of my classmates accidentally pressed to start the quiz already. Is there any way that she can take it again daw po? Because she accidentally pressed it po.
Who is that?
Sir, sir, si
Uh,
Bem, I don't know how to say her name.
Okay, so tell him or her na just message me on the Canvas so I can
Yes,
give
sir.
him or her one more chance. Okay, or an attempt. Kasi one-time attempt lang talaga lahat yan. Okay, there's no more
Yes, sir.
second time. Okay,
Sige po, sir. Salamat, sir.
you're welcome. Miss Pal Iyang. So is she the one? Okay, what about you guys? Do you guys have a question?
None po, sir. Goodbye po.
Goodbye. Okay, so if you guys don't have a question anymore, then I will end our meeting now. Okay, goodbye and thank you.
Bye, sir.